Welcome to the Home Team Podcast. I'm Carl Falconer.
And I'm Danny Arroyo.
And we're tackling homelessness.
Today in our podcast, we will discuss two of our passions, football and ending homelessness. Please join us to Four Quarters with our topic this week, what is Pathlight HOME? So this is going to be a special episode. It'll be our Thanksgiving episode, and we're going to have a couple of people come in and talk about Pathlight HOME and have some fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how's your weekend?
It was good.
Yeah, I have mine too. Mine too. Did you hear I was waiting to throw that in there?
Touch and go for a while there.
Oh, God. This is why I told you. This is why my Mondays, my headaches. You know why. I went through 4 quarters of that. You go through every emotion.
Exactly.
But no, it was a good. What'd you do this weekend?
Just hung out mainly. Just relaxed a little bit. Got my G puppy down with me,
Oh,
so
cool.
he's hanging out.
Nice.
So yeah, pretty much just hanging out for the most part.
Good. Yeah,
How about you?
I went to the movies to see Wicked, which was good.
Yeah.
Hung out there and then just started getting ready for this week's for Thanksgiving, having some family over, and so just getting ourselves ready of everything we got to cook, and my wife's gonna cook.
There you go. So you're staying at home for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we're staying home. Yeah. I have my mom and my dad coming over, and then my daughter and her boyfriend. So quiet time.
I'm going up to Jacksonville
Nice.
for my niece is up there and my daughter. So we're going up there, and we're gonna go to my niece's community center, I guess, and have a bunch of family and friends over and stuff.
She's the one that did the race?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That's exactly
Good.
right. Yes,
Good.
yes, the one I did the race with. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk football. We're gonna change up kind of our
a
setup,
little
and
bit,
we're gonna go straight into football first.
Absolutely.
So I'll talk about my Cowboys
Go ahead.
first. All right.
Get your Cowboys
I've been holding
out
it
there.
in.
That's
I've been
right.
holding
I
it.
know, yeah.
So yesterday I went through every emotion possible: anger, frustration, sadness, anxiety.
And finally,
we won.
Yes.
It was a great game. It was
There
a
you go.
fantastic game. But yeah, we beat the Eagles, who are Super Bowl champions, and kind of on the top of our division. So we needed that game.
Absolutely.
We won 24-21 on a field goal with 3 seconds left.
There you go.
So yeah, my house was. I was loud, but we are 5-5-1, so we finally broke 500.
There you go.
After 11 weeks, and we play again on Thanksgiving Day, and we'll be playing the Chiefs.
Wow.
Yeah.
At home, right?
At home, yeah.
Okay, so that's good. That's another one y'all got to win.
We got to win. Yeah.
I mean, it's getting to be that time of the year where you got to win all your
pretty
games,
much,
right?
Yeah. To stay in playoff contention, we have
absolutely.
to.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Now, and your Bears.
Hey, my Bears just kept on rolling.
Here we go.
Kept on rolling. The defense, I think the defense we played Pittsburgh. We beat them 31-28. I would have liked to see our defense play a little bit better, but I think we're a little banged up on the defensive side. I think we got a couple starters out, so I'm hoping we can get those starters back sooner rather than later, and our defense will start coming around because our offense is rolling. I mean, our offense is just it's rolling along. So we are now 8-3 and sitting on top of our division.
I told you.
How about that?
I told you this earlier, and I'll say it again. I told my wife to score, and she said, "Oh my God, they might be in the Super Bowl." I said, "Why are you putting this out there?
Hey, there you go.
Don't put this out there."
I already told Danny if the Bears get in the Super Bowl, we're going to have to change the dress code
To
for
everybody.
the entire agency because I'll be wearing Bears all the time.
God.
There you go.
Yeah.
For a whole year.
Yep.
Exactly.
So you have
Next week we have this week
Friday.
I should say
Friday,
Friday
yeah.
we have the Eagles and we play at Philadelphia.
So I need you to win.
And
I
know we
game.
do, but after a loss that they just had to Dallas, that's going to be a tough one.
I know.
So
And they're both 8-3.
I kind of wish they would have blown you out. Then they would have not felt the need to beat the Bears.
No, we needed that game. We needed that game.
did.
But you guys are both 8-3, so it's going to be a
we're
good game.
both 8-3. It's going to be a good game.
The Eagles have a good running game. They
and,
have a good offense. I mean, their defense is good too.
Like I said, hopefully we can get our defenders back, so our defense will step up.
good.
And now we'll go to our local teams. My Jones High School team again won. We beat Vanguard 29-18. Our next game, again in the playoffs, is versus Lake Wales, and they're 10-2, just like we are. So should be a pretty good game. I'm looking for Jones to keep on rolling, though. So talk to me about Boone.
Well, unfortunately, Boone's season is over. They played DeLand, and we got blown out, 65-17.
Well, and we knew DeLand was good. I mean,
good.
they're still undefeated for the year, and so,
And both of our losses this year have been against undefeated teams.
Yeah.
So we're out. But they had a good season. Had a pretty good. So I'll start rooting for Jones now.
There you go.
How's that?
There you go. Fair enough.
All right, so now we're going to do predicting the home team to win each week. This week, Carl picked Buccaneers against the Rams.
That's right. I picked the Rams, and the Rams won 34-7.
Yeah.
So that was a good pick there. And you picked the Saints.
Yeah, I thought the Saints were going to pull this out with you jinxed me because of the whole home field thing last week.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I really thought the Saints were going to win this game against the Falcons, but they lost 24-10. So my record right now is 7-5.
And I am 6-6, so I'm catching up to you.
Catching up, yeah.
Catching up.
So
all right, so I think this is the week that I move ahead. Well, I don't know about move ahead.
You might tie it.
It might tie.
Yeah.
And the only reason I say that is who you picked, because I'm kind of going to be rooting for Detroit in that one. But anyway, I went ahead and I picked, this week I'm picking Indy at home versus Houston. So we're getting into the conference games now.
Yeah.
So the conference games are especially important. Indy just lost to Kansas City this last week, so I'm hoping they'll rebound and get the victory at home.
Yeah, and I have the Packers, your favorite team,
Yeah.
against the Lions, and that's a Thanksgiving Day game as well.
There you go.
So I'll go for the Lions on that one, see how they do.
There you go.
Yeah.
The Lions at home on Thanksgiving. That's the way to do it, right?
Yeah, let's see how they do.
Absolutely. All right, so we'll start it off as we always do, or continue our podcast as we normally do with our coin flip.
Yes.
So Danny, call it in the air.
Let's do heads.
It is tails, so I'll start us off.
Perfect.
Welcome to our first quarter. I'm going to kick off by defining our topic of the week, and then we'll cover some news headlines. No, not this
not
week.
today.
Sorry.
Not today.
Sorry, we have this printed out.
Yeah.
Ahead of time, so sorry about that. We will not cover news headlines, and we've already covered our home team locks of the week. So here's the definition, Pathlight Home. Pathlight Home grew from the teamwork of Reverend Fred Maxwell, a pastor, civil rights leader, and advocate for the homeless community, and Helene Bloom, an attorney and lifelong Central Floridian. Maxwell and Bloom instinctively believed in housing first, long before it became adopted by communities around North America. Together, they established Grand Avenue Economic Community Development Corporation and secured a federal grant to purchase and renovate a 75-unit motel building near Colonial Drive and John Young Parkway, the place where we are now, Maxwell Terrace.
Yep.
And this began the state of Florida's original Housing First project. The first one in Florida, I guess. Yeah,
pretty much.
After the redevelopment of this property, now known as Maxwell Terrace, they purchased and renovated another motel building on Orange Blossom Trail, now known as Maxwell Garden. Since 1992, Pathlight Home has helped more than 8,000 people find safe and stable housing. Currently, we house over 600 low-income and homeless Central Floridians each night.
Yeah, I think they said something really, really special of kind of the footprint of how this should be done.
Absolutely.
I was reading it and thinking about what they did and how things would have been different if more people did this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How many people
absolutely.
had properties where they were just moving hundreds and hundreds of people in and off the street? I wonder how it would have looked now. The landscape.
Well, and what amazes me about this whole story is it was the two of them.
Just that.
I mean, literally just the two of them.
Just an idea.
And they just had the will to just keep going and keep trying and keep just pursuing this idea of moving people in off of the streets.
And how many hurdles they have to jump through and just explain what they were planning on doing. How many people probably looked at them and said, "You're crazy. This is not going to work," And it's
the stories that Helene tells are just fantastic.
Yeah.
But again, it just shows that perseverance.
Yep.
And just for everybody's reference, so Reverend Fred Maxwell has passed away since, but Helene Bloom is still working with us here at Pathlight Home. She's a consultant with us currently. And we absolutely value everything that she brings to the table for us.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, that wraps up the first quarter. We will start interviewing some people after this break. Hello, I'm Danny Arroyo, Vice President of Programs at Pathlight Home. If you're new to our mission, welcome. We're dedicated to changing the lives of those experiencing homelessness and hardship through housing, support services, and career training. What began as one dream for a compassionate solution to homelessness has become a reality. Since our funding, we've provided housing for more than 8,000 people, offering shelter, opportunity, and hope. This month, as we honor National Homeless Awareness Month, we are also kicking off our end-of-year campaign, a time to come together and give back. Every contribution, whether monetary or in kind, directly supports our residents and the community we serve. No gift is too small to make a difference. As we celebrate our journey from dream to reality, thank you for being part of this mission. Together we can make the dream of ending homelessness a reality in our community.
This is the second quarter, and our first guest is Fernando Beaubrun. Is that Beaubrun?
Beaubrun.
Beaubrun. And he is our Director of Career Services. Thanks for coming in, Fernando.
Thank you, guys. First time at this podcast.
There you go.
I'm excited.
Absolutely.
I'm excited.
All right, so what we'd like you to do first is to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do, what your job is, and also kind of about the programs that you oversee here at Pathlight Home.
Definitely. Well, thank you guys for having me here today. My name is Fernando Beaubrun. I am the Director of Career Services. At Pathlight Homes, I oversee the Culinary Program and the Employment Center. I also assist with social enterprising and hoping to assist the program the best I can.
So tell us a little bit more about the culinary program, your students, kind of the process of people coming into the program, and what do they do?
Okay, definitely. Culinary Program is a 12 weeks program. And within that 12 weeks program, those individuals will be able to obtain certifications. One of those certifications would be food handling from Safe Serve, and they also obtain a allergen program certification as well. Within them 12 weeks, some students get hands-on experience with classically trained chefs. We have one chef, head chef, Esteban, and we also have an assistant chef, Diane. That kind of helps coach and helps them gain the skills to be in the culinary industry.
So tell us a little bit more about the employment center and what goes on there.
Employment centers, like it's just in the name, it assists individuals with finding work. Not only provide the tools on searching for work, but we try to get them ready for either a mock interview or we assist them with resume writing, anything that can help them get a heads up on trying to attain employment.
Great, thank you. All right, now we got the easy part out of the way. So what made you choose Pathlight Home when you first came here, way back in the day?
Man, it's a funny story. I'm originally from Miami. I have a twin brother that actually moved up to Orlando. He was telling me how great Orlando was and how much opportunity that we have in Central Florida. So after begging me and after a couple of trips, he was like, man, you should just come on up to Central Florida. So that's when I started to go into law enforcement, I have a background in law enforcement. And it's just not me, The previous president here, I met her at a leadership conference at Chase Bank. And I heard about her program while I was transitioning over here. And found out that she had a position and she was opening up an employment center, and I applied for it. I do have experience working with Job Corps and Career Source back in Miami. So I took the opportunity to apply for that position, and it just felt like a different move for me. I think I do more of a impact in individuals' life instead of locking them up. So I thought homelessness is a way of assisting those and providing those with the tools to be able to be self-sufficient. So that made it a good opportunity to move over.
All right. So let's talk about football.
Ooh.
Quick. So just be mindful of who you're talking to right now.
Yes, definitely.
So your favorite football team, who's your favorite football team?
Wow. Definitely not Dallas.
So that is the end of the. No, go ahead, Fernando. Go ahead.
So born and raised in Miami, I'm a big Miami's fan. So Miami Dolphins is one of my favorite football teams. Love the colors, and that's who I grew up watching throughout the years.
Have you been watching them lately?
Not lately. They're not doing too good.
Okay, good for you. I was going to say, we don't need you coming in here sad like Danny with his Cowboys and everything every week. So what about connections? So you grew up in Miami? Mm-hmm. So what high school did you go to?
Well, I went to Homestead Senior High. So if anything, it's at exit 1. So that's on the bottom of the turnpike. So
Homestead, okay.
Yeah. So when you're traveling south, I'm the last exit there.
Well, I was going to say, so there was a lot of devastation there for Hurricane Andrew. I know
man.
I was in the National Guard and we came down, we got activated for that. And I know it wiped out a lot of that area. So I imagine there's a lot of rebuilding that they had to do there and a lot of, infrastructure and things like that. So how did the high school come through, though? Good?
That high school, by that time, during Andrew, I was still in elementary. So I didn't go to the high school. But they rebuild. And as you say, Carl, it was a devastation and a lot of rebuilding. And Andrew did do a number on Homestead where we were staying out of a trailer most of the time. It was just not a good feeling. That was my first hurricane as a kid, and it was not something. First, we were making jokes about not having school, but when it came through, now we were crying, "Why can't we go back to school?"
Exactly. I bet. Yeah,
I know.
Yeah. So, how about the high school, the football team there? Did they have a good football team, or did they when you were there? Or?
They had a pretty decent football team. The way I said it, I tried out and played for a year or two. Okay, but that was not my thing.
What position did you play?
I played defense.
Defense. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Great. All right.
So, so Fernando, you touched a little bit on why you started here and why you started working with homelessness. So tell the listeners a little bit about what would you like the audience to know about homelessness.
Homelessness. Everyone, when you think about homelessness, that is a good question. But when you think about homelessness, you're thinking it's just like someone not having a home, which I don't think that's the case. When you mention homelessness could be an individual just sleeping on a friend's couch. It can be sleeping in your car. It could be a variety of things, So I think Pathlight has a way of helping people transition from homelessness. So pretty much homelessness is just being able to, not being able to be self-sufficient, in other words.
Yeah, I think you bring up a good point, especially at the Employment Resource Center. You probably see a lot of different types of homeless individuals coming in. Like you said, some are couch surfing, some are probably still sleeping out on the street, some might be even at a rescue mission or emergency shelter around here because our community center, our employment center is open to the entire community. So I'm sure you see a lot of different people coming in like that.
Correct. Yes, that's pretty much. I know individuals that even come from different states, and sometimes it was, especially when I first started here, those individuals would come in and they would just walk in and they'll see the big sign and by providing them with services, you want to get a little bit of their background or where they came from and what's going on. And you would be surprised on how many individuals said, "I just got on a bus because I didn't have no way to stay where I was, maybe in New York or up north, and I got on a bus and I just stopped at Central Florida, and I got off the bus, and I'm just wandering around in the streets and trying to find any services I can, So I'm glad that Pathlight's here to be able to provide those resources. And if those individuals come in and they might be surfing on someone's couches, but we kind of create a helping hand to help them get their life started here in Central Florida.
Great, fantastic. So what's one thing you would change about Pathlight Home if you could?
Ooh, Pathlight Home is a good organization because I'm still here. Yeah. One thing I would, I think we're limited on some of the resources that we have. And I don't think it's because the organization is not trying, but it's just funding. Yeah. We would love to be, I would love to open up more centers. All right. Pathlight we only have one resource center. Yeah, we do provide some of those resources at our other locations. Well, those other properties don't have a resource center or employment center, but someone can come in and be able to get the same services that they receive at the terrace. You know, we have the gardens, we have Deltona, we have the drop-in center. Yeah, but they're not limited. They're limited to the services we can provide. So if one thing we do is just growing more and being able to provide more services.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right, so Fernando, you have a couple of people in your department, right? So you got a good team.
I got a good team.
So who is one person you would nominate as an MVP in your department?
Oh, you're right. I do have a great team.
It's like choosing between your children, isn't
Yeah, right. It's like trying to pick which kid has been good lately or which kid has been good their whole life.
it? Putting you on the spot.
And they're going to listen to this, so.
So, yeah, definitely. That is a good question. So I do enjoy working with my staff. You know, all of them have good traits about them. They're all really, really good. But if I were to nominate one of them, I just would nominate who excelled in the past year. You always have that one problem child that you want to try to get the best out of.
Sure.
So it'd probably be Esteban. So okay. I do. This year he did excel on not only recruiting those individuals, but being able to have a good retention when it comes to the culinary students. And so he did a good job this year. So that's what I'm
Esteban, for those of you listening, is our head chef here for our Culinary Arts Training Program. So I think he's a great choice. I absolutely agree with that.
He did phenomenal this year.
All right, in the spirit of Thanksgiving, the final question we have for you is, what are you thankful for this year?
Oh, man, there's so much to be thankful for, but like the one most important things like that, I'm here. You know, I was able to wake up and, there's a lot of individuals that don't have a job to go to or don't have a car to start. And I am been blessed with those things where my house is not falling apart. My car started this morning. So there's so much to be thankful for. So there's a number of things I can be thankful for this year. And I just want to just think that one thing I was able to be here or be able to step out my house and return back to my house and have a roof over my head. So there's a lot to be thankful for. So, I'm very, very thankful for this year. It's just a number of things that I can be thankful for.
Great. Thank you for coming in.
I appreciate it, guys.
It was great having you here.
Thank you so much.
All right. We've made it to the halfway point. Our next guest coming up will be Miss Cindy Taylor, who is our Director of Drop-In Services. So we'll be right back after this message. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Gigi Ramirez, the Senior Director of Fundraising and Engagement here at Pathlight Home. For over 30 years, we've helped more than 8,000 people transition from homelessness to hope. But when someone moves from the streets to their own home, they often have nothing. That's why we provide immediate essentials, everything from bedding and food to soap and cookware, to help them truly feel at home. Beyond housing, Pathlight offers career training and supportive services, like our 12-week culinary program, helping residents gain skills, find jobs, and rebuild independence. You can be part of the story. Volunteer your time, donate essential goods, or become a monthly Pathlight hero, ensuring every neighbor has a chance to thrive. Visit pathlighthome.org to donate today.
We've made it to our halfway point. Our next guest is Miss Cindy Taylor, who is our Director of Drop-In Services. So welcome, Miss Cindy. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Good. So we're going to go over a couple of questions with you, have some fun. So tell us a little bit about you, your title, your programs. Just let us get to know you.
All right. Well, I am the Director of Drop-In Services at Pathways Drop-In Center. I oversee the Drop-In Center, the Nobody Left Behind Homeless Veteran Program, and I also oversee the case management staff and outreach staff of the Three Bridges Program. I've been with Pathlight Home 10 years, and I have been promoted several times during that 10-year tenure. So this is a place of growth. My program, Nobody Left Behind, we have housed 43 homeless veterans.
Nice.
We have served 60 homeless veterans.
Very good.
And we have about 200 volunteer hours put in with the homeless veteran that is a buddy.
Very good.
3 Bridges, we have 7 of the homeless individuals that came through the emergency shelter program that are now in permanent supportive housing.
Good.
And the Pathways Drop-In Center, we continue to serve the homeless community by providing 3 meals a day, showers, and laundry services.
Good. So you do a little bit of everything, pretty much.
Just a little bit.
So, Miss Cindy, tell us why you chose Pathlight Home. You've been here for a while, so you've seen a lot of changes, right? But why did you choose Pathlight Home?
Well, I have recently finished Valencia College. I got my AA, and I was referred by an employee. And she was like, I think you'll be a good fit. So I looked up what Pathlight Home did, and I was over the homeless ministry with my church. So I figured, I could come in and bring a little bit of my talents, and I wanted to be a part of the solution.
That's great. That's fantastic. So what did you get your AA in? Just general studies?
General studies, I did a dual. So I did general studies and I did medical office administration.
Oh, wow. Nice. Very nice. Good. I'll have to write that one down for later. No, just kidding.
For the Wellness Center.
Exactly. That's right. Exactly. Great. And all right, so now let's get into a little bit of football now, because that's kind of what this show is about a little bit. So who's your favorite football team?
Miami Dolphins.
Miami Dolphins.
Oh,
Man,
yeah.
that's the second Miami Dolphins fan we've had.
Oh,
We had
yeah.
Fernando in here earlier, and he was talking about the Miami Dolphins.
I love
Seriously.
them.
Do you?
Yes.
So have you been watching them this year?
Ooh, what?
and you still love them?
Oh, yeah.
Even after this year? You're sure? Okay.
Even after this year.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
We're giving you a chance to get out.
And,
All right.
and guess what? They had a bye yesterday, automatic win.
There you go. Automatic win. That's right. They didn't lose. So that's good. Danny loves it when the Cowboys are on bye, by the way. He loves that.
Let's go Cowboys.
Anyway, so where did you grow up at? Did you grow up here in Central Florida?
Born and raised here in Orlando.
And so where'd you go to high school?
Jones High.
Jones High. That's my team. That's my team. I've been following on the podcast.
Yes.
And they're in the playoffs and they're winning. So
They are.
Yes, fantastic. Yep. Good. All right. Well, hopefully that'll bring them a little more luck and they'll bring home that championship this year.
Right. I hope so.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Fantastic. Great. So what's one thing that you would change about Pathlight Home if you could?
Well, I wouldn't say change. I would say add. And I would love to see Pathlight Home go into the area of helping families. And I know we have a couple family homes up in Seminole County, but growth in that department, because in this homeless sector, families are struggling a lot, and it's not a lot of help for families.
All right, so Miss Cindy, so you talked about Nobody Left Behind, 3 Bridges, your drop-in. So there's a lot of staff that work with you that, do a lot of good to the community. So if you had to nominate one person, we're going to put you on the spot here, as an MVP, I asked Carl the same question. He said Danny. So we're good.
Okay,
so if you have to nominate one person as an MVP of your department, who would it be and why?
My MVP would be Gail Smith, my Nobody Left Behind case manager. And because she's very knowledgeable, she's dedicated, full of resources, and her energy is just amazing. Like, even on a bad day, it's a good day for her. So just to have her in the office and her expertise, she's my MVP.
Yeah, that's great. And you have a really great team. I mean, I know the people on your team, and you have several of them, so it was probably a little bit of a challenge.
It was very challenging.
To pick an MVP, of course. So what would you like the listeners to know about homelessness that you think maybe people don't understand?
Well, the first thing I would let them know is homelessness, it do not have a face. So it could be me or you. Mm-hmm. And I have worked with homeless individuals that get up and go to work every day, mm-hmm. and they don't look homeless.
Yeah.
So just don't be judgmental, listen.
Okay.
Because every homeless person has a story.
That's great. That's fantastic. Thank you.
All right, so one last question before we say thank you. Because it's Thanksgiving, of course, what is it that you're thankful for this year?
I'm thankful for a lot of things, but the one thing that stands out is my youngest son graduated high school this year, and it was a struggle to get him there. And to see him walk that stage, it was gratification.
Where did you graduate from?
He graduated from Workforce Academy.
Okay.
It gave him an opportunity to gain skills with
That's
employment
fantastic.
and
That's
graduate high school.
Yeah.
4 days after he graduated, he welcomed his son. So
Oh,
he
that's
graduated high
great.
school, straight into fatherhood. So I'm thankful that he's here to be a part of that.
That's fantastic. Great. Well, thank you for coming to meet with us, Miss Cindy. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And that concludes our halftime. Please stay with us after this short message. Hello, everyone. I'm Carl Falconer, the president and CEO of Pathlight Home. And I'm often asked by many in the community, what can I do to help end homelessness? I would like to invite you to join Pathlight Home's efforts. Pathlight Home is a 501c3 nonprofit organization in Central Florida. We currently have 560 units of housing that we provide to individuals experiencing homelessness. But we also provide additional support through employment resource centers and mental health services. We have a drop-in day center where people can come in from the heat, do laundry, get meals, all in preparation to get them into housing eventually and off the streets. Community involvement is key to the success of our efforts, and we love when community members want to get involved with Pathlight Home. There are 3 things we invite you to do to help. Number 1, consider supporting us with funding. No donation is too small, and every dollar has an impact on our community. You can go to pathlighthome.org and click our donate button to contribute anytime. Number 2 is volunteering. We love to have volunteers come in and help us with any of our projects. We have ongoing projects and needs, but are also open to individuals and groups sharing specific talents in ways that build up our residents. Number 3 is take a tour with us. Come here to our facility and see what we do for yourself. It's the best way to get an inside look at what we're doing at Pathlight Home each day. We think it's important to understand the work it takes to fight homelessness and love the opportunity to meet community members who are passionate about the issue. We love our Central Florida community and are grateful every day for the continued support. And again, to get involved, go to pathlighthome.org. Thank you.
It's now time to kick off our third quarter. Our next guest is Diana Gonzalez, who is our Director of Property Management. So welcome, Diana.
Hello.
You ready to have some fun?
Yes.
Good. All right. So let's start off by first introducing yourself, how long you've been at Pathlight Home, the programs you have, what's your title, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, okay. I have been here 7 years, a little bit over 7 years. I am currently the Director of Property Management. I oversee our leasing department. I oversee our resident techs for our program, and yeah.
Okay, good. So what made you choose Pathlight Home? Tell us where you started from here. Yeah. It's a story.
Okay, so I originally was working security at Maxwell Garden in the Safe Haven department. I was there for, I believe, roughly about a year, give or take. I think in between doing all of the security stuff, I started kind of working alongside Ratoya, who was the case management for Safe Haven at the time. And a position opened up in the leasing department as administrative assistant. And they kind of approached me about it. They were like, hey, listen, we have this open. We would love for you to interview. And so I did. I ended up getting the position, surprise.
Nice. Very nice.
And that's kind of where it all started. I think at that point I had looked into the agency, the, I guess, goal that was there at that time, and it was something that was really interesting to me. It was something that was definitely very new, so a lot of learning along the way, but I loved it.
So was it at Maxwell Garden? Is that where you started originally?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
My origin story.
Look at that. That's fantastic. Security. So what made you decide to take the security job in the first place?
At that time, I was in school. I was getting my AA, and I really was not doing anything else.
Okay.
And my brother was working security for Safe Haven, and so they had a position opened up, and he was like, "You're not doing anything. Like, you should apply." And he kind of just like pushed me into it, and so
Nice. Okay. Good. Well, now I know why security is so tight and everything around there, because you're keeping your eye on them. You're like, I used to do that job.
Yeah,
I know how to do
what
that.
you're supposed to do.
I know what you're supposed to do. You better do it right. All right, so let's switch gears a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about football. So who's your favorite football team?
I am not the biggest sports person.
Oh, Diana.
If I was to say that I did like a football team, it would be the Jets.
The New York Jets?
Yes.
Really? Wow. Jets, Jets.
Yes.
How about that?
Yeah.
Why the Jets?
I am originally from Jersey.
Oh, from Jersey. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, isn't Jersey the Giants?
Yeah, but I didn't like the Giants.
Oh, you didn't?
Second best to that would be the Jets.
Oh, wow. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But you don't watch them?
I mean, like, if it's there, I'm intrigued enough to kind of, you know, get involved a little bit, but I don't go out of my way to
they're not doing too well lately, so you probably don't want to watch them.
I'm not missing out on much.
You're not missing out on much. No, you're not. Not at all. So you grew up in New Jersey?
I lived there for about 10, 15 years.
Okay, so did you go to high school there?
No, part-time, yeah.
Okay.
I was there for, I believe, my freshman year, if I remember correctly, and then I finished off my high school years here.
Here?
In Orlando.
Where at? What high school?
I went to Timber Creek High School.
Timber Creek. Okay, very good. Do they have a good football team at Timber Creek?
They have a great football team.
A great football team, really?
They do.
Nice. We'll have to look that one up.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of them.
All right, so Diana, Miss Jersey. So tell us one thing that you would change about Pathlight Home. More Jets.
Yeah, jet stuff everywhere.
Just jet stuff everywhere. A dress code with Jets. Kind of like you with the Bears.
I think maybe just like the reach that we have. I think the mission that we have is so meaningful and so impactful that it would be really cool to kind of be able to get that out a lot more so that we have a lot more awareness in terms of just the people that we serve or what we do and how we help.
Nice. All right. So, in the same spirit of the clients we serve, so what would you like the listeners to know about homelessness and what you think of it?
I think the main thing is to know that it really affects anybody. It could be anyone that has dealt with homelessness and that doesn't show it. I actually just recently, I was taking an Uber ride and I was talking to the lady that was driving and she was just kind of asking me questions, you know, what I did and so forth. And obviously I kind of dove into it. I let her know everything. And she kind of opened up about her experience with dealing with homelessness and how she was homeless with her son at a time. And I'm just like, wow, it really is just anybody that deals with this and you just would never know.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. All right, so here's the tough question that we're going to ask you for the day. So you have a pretty significant department. You have quite a few people on your team there. So if you had to pick one as an MVP, who would you pick as an MVP in your department?
I think Hector.
Okay.
Yeah, he's our current property manager from Maxwell Garden.
Our sound design guy is giving that
He's
a
not a
thumbs
fan.
down. Not a fan. As someone who works for Diana, he said he thinks Hector might be a good second choice.
Hear me out.
But,
Hear me out. Let me jump into why. I think when I first met Hector, he was working as a leasing person. Well, he was coming from a staff agency, and he was just there temporarily. And he kind of jumped into a position that he didn't really know anything about. He was learning it, and on top of that, he had a really big language barrier at that time that he was struggling with. And he managed to kind of like overcome all of that and then get to where he's at now, which I think is so amazing.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with that, and I think he is a good choice. I think he's shown a lot in the years that he's been here, or the time that he's been here. He's grown a lot since he's been here. So even just for the amount of time that he's been here. So the last question we have for you is, what are you thankful for this year? Since it's our Thanksgiving episode, we're asking everybody what they're thankful for.
I had a lot of life changes, I think, this year that I've gotten to experience. A lot of new experiences that I'm excited for, that I am happy about. I mean, not just personally, but both professionally as well. So, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Diana. Thank you
welcome.
for coming to the show and sharing all your wisdom with us. All right. Well, stay tuned for our wrap-up after this message. Hello, I'm Danny Arroyo, Vice President of Programs at Pathlight HOME. If you're new to our mission, welcome. We're dedicated to changing the lives of those experiencing homelessness and hardship through housing, support services, and career training. What began as one dream for a compassionate solution to homelessness has become a reality. Since our funding, we've provided housing for more than 8,000 people, offering shelter, opportunity, and hope. This month, as we honor National Homeless Awareness Month, we are also kicking off our end-of-year campaign, a time to come together and give back. Every contribution, whether monetary or in kind, directly supports our residents and the community we serve. No gift is too small to make a difference. As we celebrate our journey from dream to reality, thank you for being part of this mission. Together we can make the dream of ending homelessness a reality in our community. Welcome to our fourth quarter. Our final and best guest is Gigi Ramirez, who is our Senior Director of Fundraising and Engagement. So welcome, Gigi.
Thank you.
How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so
right.
much for asking.
Let's have some fun.
Okay.
All right, so Gigi, so let's let the audience know, or the listeners know, who you are. So tell us how long you've been at Pathlight HOME, what do you oversee, and a little bit about yourself.
So I have been with Pathlight HOME for about almost 10 months now. I am the Senior Director of Fundraising, as Danny mentioned. I handle fundraising. I attend events. I host events. I get out there and engage with donors, and just try to make people aware of who we are, what we do, and get involved.
So what made you choose Pathlight HOME?
So I worked for the Paramore area in my last public service role, and this area is near and dear to my heart.
Fantastic. Thank you. One other thing that I know that you forgot was the volunteers. You're
Yes.
also over volunteers.
We oversee
and volunteers. Over volunteer program. And to me, one of the most important parts that you do for me and for us is tours of Pathlight HOME. So we really appreciate you doing that as well.
Thank you.
All right, so let's switch gears a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit of football, Gigi, and I know football is your favorite subject and favorite topic to talk about. So who's your favorite football team?
Let's go Canes!
Miami? No.
Yes.
What about the NFL?
Oh, I
the
don't
National Football League.
I don't have any. I mean, I guess the Bucks, but yeah.
The Buccaneers? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll accept Buccaneers. That's better than the Dolphins anyway. So at least this year it is. So that's okay. All right, good. And where did you grow up?
I grew up in Altamont Springs.
Okay. And where did you go to high school?
I went to Lake Brantley High School, so let's go Patriots.
All right. Do they have a good football team?
They indeed do.
They do. Fantastic. Wow. We have some good football teams around here. Good for us. Absolutely. All right. So what's the one thing that you would change about Pathlight Home if you could?
Serving youth. I know that we don't currently have programs directly for youth here, but yeah, that's one thing that I'd love to, I'd really love to serve more youth.
To house youth, to just provide services?
I think more provide services and then eventually, yes, like housing.
Housing, yeah. All right, perfect. So, well, I don't know if I should ask this question. Let's skip. So, Gigi, tell us, since you're kind of new to this, kind of the people we serve and new to homelessness, what do you want the listeners to know about homelessness?
I think one thing that I've learned that I'd like to share is that becoming homeless is not due to bad choices. Or just because they made a bad choice. It's circumstance, it's not enough affordable housing. It could be just because of income, but it's not something that someone chooses to become homeless.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. And you talked before about having more youth services, and I think that's one of the places that people don't understand that you can really cut off that whole homeless trajectory, if you will, is in the youth, is trying to get to people early, letting them know what services are available, what supports are out there, things like that. And I think it's something that's very valuable in our system to have that. So far, we haven't been the people who have provided that service, but I know there are a lot of really great youth providing agencies here.
And I think also with Gigi, we talk a lot on our podcast about education, and that's what she does. She's out there educating volunteers, donors, the community. Just like she said, she attends an event. She's educating them on homelessness. She's educating on the stigma of homelessness. Of, like she just said, it affects everyone, and I think she does a great job talking to everyone in the community since she's been here. So
thank you.
Yeah, I think so too, and I think because you have not been in this field your entire career, I think it's a great asset to us here at Pathlight Home to have people coming from different places. We've heard stories. We heard Fernando started in criminal justice. Diana started as a security person. I mean, people started in other places and made their way to this system, which is great because having different perspectives like that really helps us at Pathlight Home cover a lot of different bases. So now I'm going to ask you probably the easiest question you'll get all day.
Okay.
Is who's the MVP of your department? For those of you that don't know, Gigi has a department of one person in it. So I think this will be an easy question, but I don't know. I'm still leaving it open for her to answer the question.
Listen, not only because Derek and I are really the only two in our department. He really, truly did a phenomenal job basically running our soiree. It was a great success. So I'm so thankful for his help that day and every day.
And he does a lot. I know he does a lot more with the volunteers,
indeed,
and things like that. But our fundraising event, as you mentioned, it was just fantastic. I agree. He did a really great job putting that together,
yes.
Particularly with the amount of time that we had this year. Luckily, we'll have more time next year to get that all set up. But
indeed,
I think he did a great job. So. Yes. Our final question for you, in the spirit of Thanksgiving, is what are you thankful for this year?
I have to say that being here, I'm certainly thankful for the things I take for granted. Obviously, a roof over my head, food, transportation, and most of all, like friends and family that have stood by me through the good and bad times.
That's fantastic. That's a great answer, and I agree with you. We talked earlier, Danny and I talked earlier on a different show about my veteran experience and how that's made me so much more grateful for everything that we have, having been a veteran and gone through all the drills and things that I did. It definitely rings true that It's good to have things that can support you in your world. So, and finally, thank you, Gigi, first of all, for coming in.
Thank
We really
you.
appreciate that. If you'll hang around, I know you're going to do our conclusion for us here. But we do want to go over our takeaway for this episode. But before we do, Danny and I are going to go ahead and give our thanks this year. I'm really thankful for this position. I'm thankful for Pathlight Home. I'm thankful for everything that Pathlight Home does. And more than anything, I think with Pathlight Home, I'm probably most thankful for our board, who has been so supportive and so instrumental in helping me be the best version of a CEO that I can possibly be. They've gone out of their way to support. They've gone out of their way to ask great questions, to really be a part of what we're trying to do here at Pathlight Home. And their compassion shows through every single time we meet and every single time I have conversations with them. So I would say of the one thing particularly about Pathlight Home, it's our board, who does a fantastic job with us here.
Yeah, I'm thankful, of course, for my family and my friends. You know, that's what I do, is for them, everything. I'm thankful for our staff, because you've met some of them today. And there's way more people here that do a lot of good work. So I'm thankful for them, and kind of adjusting to a lot of the changes that go on, adjusting to kind of the craziness that's been going on with the government and things like that. But their compassion and what they do is really, it makes me very proud to work with them. And then you, of course, my co-host. I couldn't do this without you, right? Couldn't razz each other, and you make me look forward to coming to work every day. So I'm thankful for you as well.
And finally, here's our key takeaway for the episode. Pathlight Home staff are a force of compassion, driven, empathetic, and unwavering in their mission to uplift the homeless community. They don't just provide services. They restore dignity, spark hope, and change lives. Their passion and relentless commitment make them champions of change. They are really the reason that Pathlight Home has done so well over the years, is starting with Reverend Maxwell, starting with Helene Bloom. They have carried that through all of the staff that have been here. The staff make our organization, and everything that we do here is because of our staff and because of the way the staff take this job seriously and really take it to heart because of what they do.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said earlier, the staff they're in the trenches. They're the ones that are talking to the residents, talking to the clients, going through the good and the bad with them, getting them housed, just they're in it, just like the drop-in center, seeing them, when they're kind of at their lowest, and, giving them a shower, something that people take for granted, and just trying to help them out. But yeah, staff they're phenomenal. They're phenomenal, and their compassion for what we do it's a hard job to begin with. So it's hard to find people who actually want to do this. But yeah, they come in every single day with a smile on their face, and it's great.
Yeah, I would just finish that up by saying I think it's definitely for them more than just a job. And you've heard the conversations we've had with some of the staff here today, and it's definitely more than a job. It's their life. It's what drives them to do great things for great people. And now we're going to let Gigi go ahead and take us to the end. I just want to say, on behalf of me and my co-host, Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. We hope you have a great feast and watch lots of football, of course, and take us right into the rest of the holiday season. Gigi?
All right. That concludes our episode for the week. Remember, if you have any questions or comments for us, please email us at questions@pathlighthome.org. As always, we leave the last words for our beloved co-founder, the late Reverend Fred Maxwell.
I'm still dreaming that we will become able and sufficient to increase the housing of homeless. This is merely a beginning.